earthworms are like giant worms. Like
Got it.
giant earthworm teeth and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Test it.
You just interrupted Sean's story.
I'm sorry.
No,
Why
no,
not?
I love you, man.
Nope,
I'm
nope,
sorry.
Nope, the damage is done.
Yeah. You're. Also, why is the ACM channel called John Jones?
Oh, that's not the ACM channel. I forgot that it requires exactly 24 hours for you to be able to live stream from it. Once you've actually set it up.
We're getting 2 minutes.
But you can hear me? You can hear the audio?
No, because it doesn't say it's beginning yet.
This says it's running.
Doesn't say it's live.
Shit.
Doesn't say it's live. Doesn't say it's live. Are we live? Yes.
Says we're live. And this is what the professors have to deal with.
Oh yeah, Anya was so much happier.
She was.
When I wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
She didn't have
walked-
someone
she
over
walked
naked
in.
at that lecture.
Dude, she walked in, like, she just saw Alexander and I, she, like, kind of, like, got off.
I get to lecture to other people.
Wow. Hurts my
Yeah.
ears.
You have, like, that skip.
I hear it.
step.
Like,
Yeah, why can't you hear it? I don't know.
oh no, like.
Hold on, let me try it on my phone. Hold on.
I feel bad for anyone watching the live stream.
Hello
They're just
right
hearing
now
rambles.
to our live stream. For all of those, you guys are probably saying to yourselves, why are they still talking and not doing anything?
Because it's not event time yet.
For that answer, I'd have to say, I don't really know. Hey, how you doing?
Welcome. Welcome.
Sit down anywhere.
Where's the poster board?
Upstairs in
Okay.
Alexandra's office.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Thank you, good sir. Yeah.
You know, there's a certain person who said he was going to show me his game and then never showed me his game.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, I have no clue, but I've been waiting for weeks.
That's funny because I'm waiting for a certain person to release his game.
Wow.
I've been waiting for the certain person.
Wow.
to
It takes a
for
while now. You know
about
that.
A year.
Huh.
I was really looking
Boy,
forward
you
to
just hurting
playing.
my feelings.
I wonder who that person could be.
I don't know. Could it be Furious John G. Jones?
Man, y'all just haters.
I mean, I can't hate if I don't know what it is.
It's a good point, though.
I guess. I already kind of know what it is, so once he releases it and makes his money, I'm going to be eating so much humble pie.
So that's interesting. So I can hear the audio here, but not on my phone. Oh, because the event hasn't started, technically. Okay. So it actually doesn't actually start the stream until after that period that I set for the schedule.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But who would have thought it doesn't start to stream until the stream starts?
Well, y'all might want to go ahead and start trying to download Blender. Do you have a computer? You have a computer?
Yeah, it's a Mac though.
That's good. That's all. It doesn't matter. Mac, PC, whatever it is. I explicitly have instructions in here for the key commands for Mac people too.
So yeah, the stupid worm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
stupid word. I forgot. I need to jack the mouse. You already start downloading?
What
Play
game are you
all
making
that?
that requires a war?
Yeah.
How far? How long
for
is
my
it?
nephew.
Like 11,
I'm just
12
making a
minutes.
little thing for my nephew.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's see what.
Yeah, like
I
like I
checked
was
it.
trying to
For
say
some
in
reason, the
in my story before I was so rudely interrupted.
I don't know why.
He likes to pretend there's like giant worms destroying the neighborhood.
Postmortem has
throughout there.
why? I don't know.
Why is the
Postmortem Netherlands
Maybe
has a-
there's less people
Yeah,
downloading
download
Footage
Thunder.
been set up.
It's downloaded from the
Yeah.
Netherlands.
That
like
was
how
it.
he
Forum.
said
You can scroll
stolen.
down that page.
Stolen. Yeah,
For
stolen
some
by me.
reason,
You're like, who is
Is it from the Netherlands? I mean,
It might be because there's less traffic on the
I don't know.
server.
crap.
The English department, because they're telling us that we have a series and they don't.
What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up.
Some bullshit.
Bullshit. It is bullshit. You're right.
He's over here complimenting him, and he's getting angry about it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They always talk too much shit.
Stupid worm. I don't know why, but the Godot and angles for me just don't work that well. I just cannot figure out how their angles work. So while I'm trying to get the pieces to follow, they're just
There we go.
spazzing out all over the place.
That feels so much better.
Ah.
At one point, I had them making a square, and it's kind of like stuck to the head of the worm that moves around it perfectly.
There we go. Awesome. Okay, people can hear us talk. Hello, hello. So let's see what's going on. There we go. Awesome. Okay, people can hear us talk. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see what's going on. There we go. Awesome. You're gonna make the most basic shapes.
Hear us talk.
It's gonna be fun.
Hello.
Gonna learn some tips and tricks and hotkeys and all that good shit. Excuse me. Oh, I say English. Did I say kids on the video? No, I did not. I knew this would happen.
Hear us talk. Hello.
I learned some tips and tricks and hotkeys and all that good shit. Excuse me. Oh. I wonder if that was just perpetually like hearing itself, and so it's just a feedback loop.
Probably do that.
All right. Seems like we got everything's good now.
I could not imagine explaining cubes in that vacuum of just continuous.
We're gonna try to get through as much as we can in an hour. That's the goal. As I described earlier, we're just going to go predominantly over what are all the portions of our interface, then go ahead and go to how you actually use the edit mode and make some basic modifications to our cube, and then we're going to make sort of like a little treasure chest, which is hopefully going to be a treasure chest we're going to print out next week at the 3D modeling workshop. Hello, hello. Sit down, find a computer, or if you already have a computer, open up your own. Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to Mo's. Find a computer.
We're gonna make cubes today.
All right. And actually, what I might just do is whenever we finish making like the really basic, what do you call it, treasure chest, we can, I can just go wild. Heck, y'all don't even have to necessarily make a treasure chest after I teach you all the basics. Y'all can basically make whatever y'all
Stick
want
around,
to.
I guess.
Yeah, y'all can screw around if you want to. So there's a good amount of things we can do. It's all up to you guys, and we can kind of take a little vote on what route you guys want to take in that regard. But probably I will just keep going through the treasure chest because I like treasure chests, I guess. And then as you guys are going through, once you kind of get the flow of how to use some of the tools in the edit mode, y'all can do whatever y'all want to. Maybe modify some materials and other crazy stuff. We're gonna start at 5:50, by the way, or maybe 5:05. We'll see. Is anybody in the chat? I don't know if y'all in the chat or not. Hello, welcome to Mo's.
Yes.
Hi there.
All right, audio is good. Did you can you check on your phone too now? Thank you. You was a sweetheart.
Oh, Gigi's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
You download from the Netherlands.
Download from the Netherlands. Yeah. Go. So we'll go ahead and if you get a chance, go on the Blender website and download it.
It's that Dutch magic.
The Netherlands one is only like 5-minute download. For some reason, the US portal is just dead. Perfect. Awesome. Cool.
No one
It
wants to
shall-
hear me. They're here to hear me.
It will
Why would they
definitely
wanna
be up as a video. At that point, you guys can look at it and see it and watch me crawl through the sadness that is me talking. You know, it'll be all right. But yeah, it'll be up as a video. Y'all can see it then. And I like your name. Here Lies Austin. It's pretty nice. I didn't really know it. I don't really know exactly what that mean. Does that mean you're already dead? And if so, does that mean you're a zombie right now, or are you alive? Are you dead, or what's going on?
Keep track of the viewers, because I'm going to need you just for time to send the doctor.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Austin, did you leave me? Okay.
We'll be starting very soon. We're letting people come into the live stream.
Yep. Other folk come from different classes. Do-do-do. So how was y'all's day? Tell me, talk to me. Alexander, how was your day?
Absolutely fantastic. I found out we're doing hacker stuff and data structures.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
We gotta do
feisty.
some
Cracking passwords. Literally cracking passwords.
pretty cool. But nobody ever cares about that anyways.
Wow, alright.
Nobody cares about hacking anymore.
Wow, just put the man down.
He seems to care.
I think it's super cool.
Fine. I
Hey.
hope.
Yo, what's
What's
up?
up,
No,
Warren?
you ain't late. We waiting.
We're-
We already knew there'd be people like you, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
so
I'm like,
Look, Iron Maiden shirt. That's a poster.
Yeah, I think their album cover is sick.
well,
It's a skeleton or a zombie?
It's a skeleton, I think.
it's up to interpretation, Austin.
Yeah, it's art.
I don't
It is up-
believe-
All that matters
It is up to
looks cool.
interpretation, like your mom.
I always think it looks cool. Band shirts, especially with like a flannel or something. I
Yeah,
always think it look good.
I agree.
Austin, if I see Here Lies Austin, I think to myself, you're dead. I don't think that's up to interpretation. You're dead, Austin. You're dead. You're scaring
Wow.
me. I don't want to be talking to a ghost, Austin.
Is that Austin Snyder?
I don't know who that Austin. I don't know who that is. Austin, who are you? Who are you, Austin?
Who are you, Austin? Where do you come from?
What the fuck is that? Is he like a grunge band artist or something? Or is that grunge? Is that grunge? What's the type of what is that? Where it's like a growly rock?
That's just
That's more like doom metal.
That's doom metal.
that's just kind of a lot of metal.
Society.
Or it's like kind of like stoner metal too.
I don't know.
They got so many. They got so many subgenres of metal.
This is where you watch your parents die.
Exactly. Okay. All right. It's been 5 minutes. Let's get this party started, y'all. So hopefully all y'all are on here. We're gonna start off with just literally getting Blender. It's a pretty straight up process. We're literally just gonna go to Blender's website, and nobody judge me. I use Edge. I use Edge. No one judge me. I use Edge.
I mean, to be fair, Edge is just Chromium. So.
Wait, I just went to the wrong Blender site. It's blender.org, you guys. .org, not .com. I didn't know there was a site just for Blender.
No, I did the same thing. I typed in blender.com and it sent me to the Blender.
Perfect. Oh, you looking for it? Awesome. All right, so I believe one person, you were a Mac guy right back here. Did you already get it on your Mac operating system?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys can basically download through the just the big old blue button. If you're running on any other type of operation systems, or if you're a fancy smashy person who can unzip files and place it in certain places, there's zip files for it too. I just use the downloader. From there, right now, this might take a long time, depending on your download speed. If it is taking an exceedingly long time, scroll on down here and just download from the Netherlands. For some reason, the Netherlands mirror is just faster. For some reason, I guess the US is getting, I don't know why everyone's wanting to download Blender today, but everybody's downloading Blender today.
Well, they all see your genius here, ready
Yeah.
to
Wow.
ready to teach.
Fury, Dr. Furious. is about to
Yo,
get
what's up,
electric.
Anna? Welcome to our chat thing. So you can download from the Netherlands. It's a lot. I thought it was no, it is
Oh,
fast.
wow,
That's
okay.
not faster, that's
This is-
kilobytes.
Wait, what's going on
That's
back
going
there?
slow.
She just stopped showing her these
Just because
Yeah, it's
it's
weird, right? It's weird.
Half an hour.
Right.
It's literally
It's just weird. I don't know what it is.
The Dutch just.
It's not faster, it was 3 megabytes.
Wait, is it gonna be?
Okay, Furious, just because the number says hundreds and thousands doesn't mean it's
No, it
bigger
is
than a
legitimately
megabyte.
faster.
That is faster.
For
That
me
is
it was.
technically
For me it
faster.
was legitimately faster.
It was genuinely fast. It was saying like 20 minutes. But
Well,
now
yours it was 3 megabytes per second, you have to look at the download.
but it went down. It goes down to like 50 kilobytes per second. Now we good. So now while we're downloading here, let's just give a basic introduction of what we're going to be doing.
Oh, Furious,
Um,
make sure you watch that for restarting, hit the cancel button if that.
oh yeah. Oh, I got you.
Remember cancel, not okay.
I got you. So what we're doing today is basically going over the bare minimums of what it is to use Blender. We're going to go over the overall user interface, going over some basic options that are available to the user interface and some things that make things a lot easier for us as we move forward, as well as just some really simple overview of some of the tools that we can use to make effectively a little treasure chest. That treasure chest we will then hopefully use to 3D print out next week. So the files you guys make today, please keep them or put them on a flash drive or email them to yourself, so that way if you come to a 3D printing workshop, we can actually print those things out in hopefully an okay amount of time, because 3D printers take time. Though we have some wonderful donators and cool people bringing their own personal 3D printers, so we should have some fun with that next week. All right, so I don't know if everyone's downloaded yet. It's probably gonna take a little bit longer. So I should be playing some elevator music while it's downloading. But yeah, so we'll get into it.
Well,
once it's done.
you are a streamer. You can make good small talk with your chat.
Oh yeah, small talk. I'm actually really bad at small talk. I just literally just ramble. That's how I small talk. I just ramble about things for a very long
Passes the
period of
time all the same.
Yeah. Did you just say some small rubies? Or is it rupees? I thought it was rubies. Is rupee smelled with the P? Is rupee smelled with the P?
For Zelda, yeah.
For Zelda? Wow. Man, I'm proud of you, Rudy. Thank you, Rudy.
Not one.
Wait, that's just, wait. Okay. Second that. Wait, why is your name Frosted Orca? Are you eating orcas? I'm so confused by that.
That's Amelia.
Oh, I know it's Melia. I'm just saying, why is her name Frosted Orca?
Why?
Oh, it's not Q&A. Well, I mean, it can be Q&A time, but I'm asking y'all the questions. You see that? I reversed it. On y'all. All right. So I think we're gonna give it a couple more seconds. Is everybody in this room right here? Does everybody have Blender downloaded? Hers still downloading? Awesome. We'll wait a little bit. How about you guys on the chat? Is y'all's Blenders coming along good? Oh no. Why the frowny face? She used to be Frost Sauce.
Well, what happened to that?
What happened to Frost Sauce? It used to be Bee Sauce. Because orcas like the cold. Oh, I get you. I get you.
Orcas like the
I didn't know that. I mean, I guess they like the cold.
frosted orcas like you.
Arctic environments.
All right. Huh?
Remember to face your audience.
Yeah, you gotta.
Well, I literally got to face the computer. This entire time, I'm going to be facing the computer. Like, I got to move the mouse and click stuff and know where my mouse is. I can't be like, hey guys, let's just do this right here.
You should do that. You should do that. That looks brilliant.
Awesome. You already have. Oh yeah, because I mean, like Anna, you are already the OG artiste. So,
Anna's in here.
yeah, she's in here. Bunch of people in there. Not a bunch of people, just people. Cool people.
15 people so far.
All right. So. Okay. Wait a little bit longer. And while I'm waiting on that. Yeah, orcas. I could consider orcas a pretty high up there on the marine animals. Yeah, it's upper tier. It's upper tier. All right. So once you've already did your download, once you get that, you're gonna go ahead and just run your installer. I guess in our case, and you can just use all the basic. Default information for that. Got it ready to go? Awesome. And you back there, is it still going? Oh, you going through the install? Awesome. So everybody just go ahead and go through the install process once you have that finished downloading. Hello. Go ahead when you sit down, either find a computer, open up your own computer, and download Blender. And just install it. Might take.
You're going to charge this opens up right here.
All right.
There's only got 2 outlets there, so you'll have to fight over this.
Now I'll just close up my Blender first. Then we're gonna open it up. So once you guys actually get that installed, it's gonna first ask you a couple of questions. In my case, I already did it, so it's not gonna ask me that question. I probably should have uninstalled it, my bad. But all those questions are just asking is the preferences for like how you wanna be able to click, whether it be the right click or left click, whether or not you want the middle mouse button to be used, etc. For right now, once everybody's gotten to this main screen, and you just usually just open up and create a new general file, which is what it's going to show when you first open it up, whether or not you want to do that option. You then basically going to go through the process of, we're going to edit our preferences.
You can also download the free PC.
And we can go to the input section of our preferences. And for those of you that do not have a 3-button mouse, those of you who are probably on laptops, etc., you're going to want to use the emulate 3-button mouse option once you go into the edit and then preferences here. So emulate 3-button mouse. Because a lot of the options that are available on Blender are based upon having that middle mouse button available. Oh. My bad, you guys on the chat. You are supposed to see my screen. Thank you. I'll repeat that really quickly. All right, so for now, for you guys that are seeing here that are new here, my bad. After you gotten to this main screen, I'm gonna wait until it actually gets to you guys now. You're gonna go to Edit, Preferences, and then you're gonna go to this Input section. And for those that don't have a mouse or that are like, possibly just on their mouse pad or something like that, you can use the Emulate 3-button mouse. This basically ensures that you can basically use the Alt key to then be able to modify and turn your camera and some of the other options that are available, since Blender is very dependent on a lot of different hotkeys to really work. So this is really important for those that don't have a mouse that has 3 buttons. Okay, so now we've gotten to this point, we can just go over kind of what is actually on our interface. And I want to make sure everybody here, everybody's got on the basic cube. We're all seeing basic cube now, right in here.
Still
It's still downloaded.
Still downloaded?
Yeah.
If you want to, you can either look over somebody else's computer that's working as well, or work together if you need to. If that person's willing to, and go through that process. Okay, so now let's go over the actual user interface. So for the user interface on Blender, first time you open it, you see a lot of different stuff going on. But really, they're just all there to provide you the opportunity and all the tools that you need to properly model and give you all the tools you need to view it in the way that's easier for you to model. So basically what these sections are called are the, over here is just your basic primary options, file, edit, render, window, help. That's all good. Everybody knows that for most applications. But the actual sections that are at the very top here, these basically represent different view tabs or view panels that allow you to save certain panels or sections of panels for editing. And really this kind of really helps out with your process, such as like here in the modeling section, I can easily and quickly switch between my object and view modes. And it's really just there only showing you the information you need for modeling. While in the layout view, it also might show this section here for keyframes, maybe for animations, etc. So in the top right corner, this section here is our outliner. And basically what the outliner does is it provides you information on all the items that are inside of your space or inside of your scene. So whether that be your camera, your cube, this light right here, you can effectively click and also view these certain items and view those properties. Right beneath that is a properties menu. This is super important, as this is where you're actually going to be able to sort of fine tune and edit specific properties of the objects that are inside of your scene. So as you notice here in scene, for this light here object, I can change the color of the light, power, diffusion, all these other little values and things that make up this sort of light. Same thing with the cube. I can change options such as the UV maps, textures, etc. So this is very, very important, and we'll go a little bit into some of these sections here, or rather the more important sections that require us to do basic modeling. At the complete bottom here, you'll notice this is kind of like this timeline or keyframe section. This really only becomes important whenever you're doing like animations or actual things that you might have like a rig, and you want them to do stuff and have different keyframes, and you can play it, pause it, and add keys to that keyframe. But we're not going to get into that because we're just doing it for the modeling side, not the animation side. And then at the very bottom, you'll kind of notice this little section here. And this actually becomes really useful whenever you're wanting to learn the hotkeys inside of Blender. Because what this will do is based upon whatever you're doing or whatever you have selected, it actually changes what options are available to you based upon what keys press. So if I press shift here, you'll notice that now it's showing me that I can pan my view, or I can move my view whenever I'm pressing shift, and what keys actually cause that to occur. So similar to here, this is box select, or shift here, this is panning the view. So yeah. So to actually work with those panels, all it really is just being able to switch these different panel modes. So here I can change this to edit mode or sculpt mode, vertex paint, etc. Or I can go through the process of changing this one over here to something like, I can make this maybe a timeline, or heck, I can change this so that this is a UV editor, for instance. But this kind of allows you to customize what items or what panels that you actually need or that you care about within your scene or workspace in this case. And if you need to actually create different or new workspaces, you can go to this section here. You can either duplicate, delete, or either rename and add more in this other section. Excuse me. All right. And as well as that, you can also, modify and switch up, the size of them as well if you need to resize. And if you need to make more panes, it's just as simple as right-clicking and then just splitting it, pull it out, you make another pane. And if you need to, if you want to join them, you just point in the direction that you want to join, and you can join them again. But this is all just for ease of use and ease of options. And this becomes really useful whenever you want to do something cool, like, say for instance, I want to have 2 different views of the same model. I could then say, if I want to go in here, see the view, and then also see it from the side view and the top view. So that can become really useful whenever you have references or reference images, things like that. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at right now is the 3D view. It's as simple as just using, left click to actually select items, whether it be this camera, this actual light source. You can use the shift key and the middle mouse key to actually pan your camera or your view, and then use the actual, excuse me, the scroll to actually scroll in and out, which, that's usually the main thing for anything, and then just straight up middle mouse to move your camera. For those that don't have that mouse, you can use Alt and then left click to do the same thing, to move your camera this way, and then shift would just be the same for shift right click to be able to move some certain other items. But yeah, okay. Next portion is your different shaders or views of shaders, whether that be being able to switch between wireframe, the viewport shading for just solid view. There's a material view, and then there's the actual render view, which takes into consideration the lighting that's in the scene. So that's where you're actually going to see your shadows, etc. So for right now, you can just keep it inside of the render shading version, this far shaded version, which actually has the lighting on. And before I continue going, any questions thus far? Everybody's getting through the basics of that? Awesome. Anybody on the chat? Seems like y'all good to go. Awesome. Cool. All right. So now that we've actually gotten through the basic portions of what the UI is all about, let's actually start adding objects and doing stuff instead of me just talking here and looking boring. So to actually be able to add objects, the most important thing is this sort of weird circular section here in the middle. And what that circular thing is actually the 3D cursor, and that represents the position in the space that an object is going to be added. And the way to actually move that is going to be, and I'm using the wrong mouse. Got 2 mouses here, is the shift and right click. So shift right click allows you to be able to move around this sort of 3D cursor. So from that 3D cursor, we can then add objects as we see fit. And if we need to reset our cursor, we can literally just press Shift C as well, which also resets the camera and everything else. But let's just move our cursor over here to the left or right or wherever you want to. So you'll notice up here in the object mode, this has this option called Add. As you also notice, there's that shortcut for Shift A. So all you have to do is click on that for Shift, for adding, and then we can add some type of mesh. So for right now, let's just add in a UV sphere. Now, so it added that sphere directly at that origin point for our 3D point. In this case, it put it on the plane of this sort of grid that we see here. Now you'll notice there's this small little section here, this small little option box. And what this actually does is this shows you the options available to you from the last item that you added, the last thing that you've done. So in this case, I can change the number of segments that are inside of the sphere, making it to like this weird looking, I don't even know what that is. And change the number of rings that also exist, as well as the size and the radius of it as well. This makes things pretty easy whenever you're adding new shapes and allowing you to appropriately move and set up locations of items, sometimes whenever you need to have a little bit more detail or more control. So there's that. So once you deselect that, that removes that option, or that little section there. All right. All right, so now that we've gotten through that and we created just a basic object, let's actually go through our tools that are available to us in object mode. So the tools that are available to us in object mode are just the general selection box or selection tool, this cursor tool, or actually they call them gizmos, and the move, rotate, scale, transform, and annotate, measure, and add cube sections there. Now these last three we're not really going to go over. If you guys want to learn more about that, they do become useful whenever you're just kind of designing your model before you actually do any editing. Because right now we're just in object mode. We're not actually in edit mode just yet. And what this allows us to do in object mode is we can actually just move our objects. And as you can notice here, these lines here kind of represent which axes or global axes these objects are being moved along. So you move it along x-axis, z-axis, and you can also move it on these planes. If you notice this is basically saying it's going to take two of those axes and now it's going to allow it to be able to move just on those two axes freely. This is going to become very useful as well whenever you are specifying or trying to move items in such a way that maintains planarity or something like that. And also, you can also move it freely if you kind of select on this circular section here, which is kind of just putting it in free move mode. Okay. For rotation, very similar. It's being able to rotate things on the global axis. And then you can also freely rotate on the axis that you're currently viewing on. So that's kind of like the axis, or I'm sorry, not axis, but the plane that represents your camera's view. That's the axis that that white line represents. So if I look at it from this way, it'll rotate it a completely different way than if I were to look at it from this way. Okay. All right, so here's the scale. So this scales it in a specific axis as well. As you can see here, it's very odd in this case because of the way that the shape is, or rather how circles work in this type of vertices situation. But it's just going to kind of scale it along that specific axis. So in this case, it's a lot easier to understand whenever you use a cube or a box. Okay. All right. So now you've gotten to that, and this is just the basic transform. All right, and last but not least, we're just going to go into our scene collection section, which allows us to actually be able to place objects in kind of like these basic collections that make it easier for us to modify and see. So we can turn things on and off for visibility, as well as do it for entire collections, as well as creating new collections as well, if need be. You can place objects in these other collections. So. Okay. All right. Before I continue, we're going to add some colors and materials to this, and then we're going to start heading into the editing process. So any questions thus far? Yeah, you can go for it. Thanks, Pete. All right. All right. So let's add a little bit of color, a little bit of flair to our shapes here and our weird, I don't even know what the hell to call this thing anymore. Just
It looks like an old school torpedo that you separate, or no, old school atom bomb that you sort of separated the top from.
that. Okay. Okay.
Like
I was
the
thinking more of a
ones
bun,
that
but I don't know. All right. Let me go on before I start talking. All right. So let's go to our actual property section here. And inside of our property section, there's a section here that allows you to modify your materials. Or actually, that's not the material section, my bad. Let's see. There it is. Let's see. Wait, no. Where is it at? It's usually right on there. Oh, wait a second. There it is. I see what happened there. So technically, just to let you guys know, there's actually a difference between these types of items in this case. And for some reason, it was because of the way I had selected it with the movement tool, it wasn't giving me the materials view. So that was my bad. I forgot about that. I always forget about that. So if you look in the property section here, you'll see this kind of globe-looking section here. And that's actually our material section. And in the material section, for right now, there's actually just this default material. To create a new material, you have to go through here and basically, I'm sorry, my bad. Create this new one, and you can rename it, whatever the heck you want to. So in this case, let's call it Mat 1. And with that material, you can set some sort of base color to it and other types of options to those colors. So in this case, I might want to set it to green or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to do paint. And in this case, I can create another new material. Oh, two. Oh, I'm on the wrong keyboard. Got two keywords right in front of me right now. And you can do whatever you want with that as well. And you notice there's other options that are down here. So just how metallic it is, specularity, tint, and you can play with those things as you guys see fit. All types of stuff you can do with the material section of Blender. Okay. All right, so now we have gone over everything that is in object mode that is honestly really necessary. The properties menu, the collections, how to create basic objects, move and rotate them, moving the 3D color. So like I said, now it's actually make something. All right. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to create a new file to start blank. Start off new. So you can go to File, New, and General. If you guys are not, you can save your beautiful creations of a square and a circle, sphere, however you see fit, but I'm going to start off fresh. All right, so what we're going to try to do within the next 45-30 minutes is try to make a basic treasure box. Does anybody have any questions thus far here? Everybody good? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right, so right now we're still in object mode. So what you guys can do is you can either go up here and click object mode and switch it to edit mode, or you can directly press tab to switch between the modes.
Just checking your account.
Okay. So once you're actually in edit mode, this is the heart of Blender. And the sad part is I feel like a lot of people get into Blender and then they go into the normal mode and they look at it and they never actually get a chance to get into the edit mode. And they're like, how the heck do I actually make stuff move and make shapes and stuff like that and beautiful curves? Well, this is where you do it. This is edit mode. So inside the edit mode, we have these primary options for selections. So you'll notice these little dots, and these actually represent the vertices of our shape. And we can also switch between edges, and we can select edges. And we can also switch between faces, and we can select faces. So, and you can also switch between these really quickly by just pressing 1, 2, 3 to switch between all the different modes for selection. So, for right now, let's go ahead and just do something simple. Let's just make this box have an infill or inset. So to create an inset, there's this option called inset faces. So go to the face mode and select this top face. You can then inset that, which allows you to kind of use this sort of bar here to create an inset. So you can move that up or down however big you want to make it. Okay? So what this has actually done is it's actually created these new vertices and new edges and connections, or effectively new surfaces that we can use to do extrusions and other fancy cool things with. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to try to extrude a region. So we're going to first select our surface. We're going to go to extrude region. And then we can just kind of go up and down with this as we see fit. And you'll notice that this actually creates completely new vertices for this extrusion. And I'll show you why that's kind of important in this case. So if I did not use the extrusion, which, like I said, creates completely new vertices, well, I would get some really weird stuff here. So let me just undo a little bit. And if you undo your extrusion, you might have to do it a couple times because, like I said, extrusion has several steps to it. If I were to try to select this surface and translate it, it doesn't actually do what we saw with the extrude process, right? Because that extrude process was creating completely new vertices and connections between those vertices to make an entirely different shape in that case. This is just literally just allowing us to literally move that surface or move that shape there. So that's why we're going to use the extrude process for that. Right? So let's go ahead and do that extrusion again. So you'll notice right off the bat right now, you got the extrusion, but it's going to be kind of difficult for us to edit something that's, got an inside like that, right? So what we're going to have to do is we need to use a different view mode, specifically X-ray mode. So if you look in the very top right of our build space, we can actually toggle X-ray. And that kind of allows us to actually see the individual vertices beyond the shape of it. So it allows us to look inside of it, effectively, right? And we could technically do that with wireframe mode, but the vertices or the X-ray mode honestly looks a lot better in my opinion. It makes things look kind of easier for you to switch on and off. So while we have X-ray on, if you switch from the extrude mode to the actual move mode, now you guys can actually edit this a little bit more. We're gonna make this a little bit closer to the inside of our box right here. Okay. So now we got ourselves a nice little box. It's not too bad, not too shabby. I think it's pretty good. Now what we want to do is we want to test out a couple of other different functions here, specifically loop cuts. So loop cuts become super useful when it comes to being able to very quickly and easily make things that are going to be along a certain slice, effectively, of your model. So if you go down here to our tools, you'll find this little line here that's called loop cut. And you'll notice that right off the bat, as I'm kind of hovering over these certain surfaces, or should I say planes, you can kind of see how it's trying to make these sort of subsections or cuts. So if you do that, you can actually hold click and you can move this sort of cut that's been created. So in this case, I can make like a little lip here. And if I want to here, I can also make a lip here. Here as well. And then we make a bottom lip down here. So as you'll notice here, it actually made a complete cut all the way around our surface. And we can do it also for our other direction here. You can make these any arbitrary size, nothing crazy right now. Okay. All right. And this basically creates entirely new surfaces, as you'll notice here. So if I select this surface, these now create all these new little awesome surfaces. Now you're probably asking yourself, all right, now we've made those loop cuts, but we've also kind of just made everything kind of complicated with how you're going to be able to select those things. To actually select a loop cut, if you press Alt and then click on in the specific mode, in this case I'm in edge mode right now, on a specific edge, you can actually, let's see here, you can actually select multiple of the entire loop cut. I'm sorry, my bad. My bad. Actually, I make that a loop cut? Why is that not selecting that? Actually, why is that not selecting that? Oh, well, I think it might be because I don't have it in the proper mode for that. Huh. Well, I done goofed. Man, I done goofed. It should be for the actual loop cut, should be for the alt click. Oh, because I turned on the emulator. So for those that are using the emulator for without using a mouse, yeah, that option sadly cannot be used by you. Blender really pushes for you to have a full numpad, everything whenever you're using their editor. So because I have my emulator on for using emulate button mouse 3, all of my alt keys don't work. So if I actually deactivate that for those that are using it, should work now. So that, as you can see here, it actually selects that entire loop cut there when selecting that edge. Similarly, I can do the same thing here and here. All right. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and try to give our box a little bit of flavor. A little pizzazz. So we got our, so we can select all the internal surfaces of our box right here. And what we can do now is we can go to the extrude region function. Now before you extrude it, be careful, because if you just straight out extrude it right now, what's going to happen is it's gonna look crazy like that. You don't want that.
That was great to me.
So what you rather do is right click it, and you can use extrude faces along normals. And I don't know if you guys know what normals are, but normals are effectively kind of like this vector that represents something that points out of a surface, right? So y'all can't see my hand movements right here on the online right now, but I'm doing some cool, gangster shit. I don't know. So you can actually do that from the extrude normals, and you can very quickly and easily add in kind of a little bit of a little internal box there. So now look at that. We've already got ourselves a little box now. We done turned a basic box into a box. See ya. You have a blessed day. So with that, we've now got a basic, super simple box. So now we've extruded on multiple faces. We have appropriately created where we can create sort of these loop cuts. So now our last thing that I kind of want to share with you guys before I kind of let y'all loose and just make stuff is let's try to do some interesting little lid on this box. This is originally supposed to be a treasure box, but I forgot to make it wider. So, but it's still a box. It's still a box. It's just not a cool box that holds a whole lot of treasure.
It's a treasure box with realistic expectations.
Exactly. So we're gonna go back into the object mode now. And now we're going to add another object. So we can just control click over here to the side, or we can just keep it in the center. We're gonna add a mesh, and we're just gonna add another cube again. And we're gonna move this up to the top. So we're gonna create a cool little lid here that's got a little bit of pizzazz to it. Pizzazz. All right. So now that we've done that, we can go back from object mode, which is the thing that we actually can add objects, because you can't add objects from the edit mode. Or at least I guess you can, but it doesn't feel as right. I like object mode for doing that. But now that you've actually back in edit mode from object mode, and like I said, you can just add directly from edit mode. Now let's see what we can do for our lovely, lovely box. So right now, it's just a box. So let's add in some extra cuts. So what I didn't share with you guys is super cool about cuts is that you can change the number of cuts that were made. So looking back at this section here, what I showed you guys in modifying your previous action, we can actually increase the number of cuts that were added. So in this case, we're going to change this to let's add in 20 slices to our box above our top box. We got 20 slices here. Okay? And let's just, now we've done that, we've got our 20 subsections of 20 slices. And we also have our vertices at the very top. So let's enter back into X-ray mode. You can kind of see that it's now got those slices set up perfectly the way we want it. Now let's enter into the vertex select. And we can just look at everything from the X-axis, because you can click on these little buttons, these sections here. Look at everything from the X-axis, or whatever axis that you use whenever you made your slice. I'm just going to pan up a little bit. Oops. I'm using the wrong keyboard again. All right. And you can kind of select all of these, right? Or you can just select one of them, but we're going to select only the ones in the corners first. But I'm going to describe to you guys something called proportional editing. Proportional editing is effectively a mode that allows you to have it where movements or edits that you make not only edit just the item, but also items near that item. So if I activate proportional editing mode and I set the smoothing, I'm just going to keep it smooth for right now, I can do some pretty weird and cool things here. So let's say, for instance, we're going to select the nose right here on the left. And the reason why I'm selecting this is I also want to select the ones behind it. And we can just kind of zoom in here. I'm going to zoom in here. Oops. I keep using the wrong keyboard. Let's see here. Select that. And then we're going to select this. We can actually do something pretty cool here. So what this editing mode does is it actually uses a function to figure out what's going to be that new value, that new position for those things. So in this case, it's kind of using that sort of sine curve there. And for some reason, I didn't select the ones behind it, so that's why it looks weird.
Looks like a house.
Looks like a house. But let's see here. Let's just edit those back ones. And actually, I think it's because I don't have X-ray on. Yeah, that's what it was. So you gotta have X-ray on if you want to select things that are behind an item as well. I forgot about that. So now it's actually selecting them. And then I go to our movement, and now I can kind of do some weird stuff. So in this case, I can kind of add a little bit of something. And y'all can kind of see where I got the treasure chest at initially. Like I was gonna make like a little Krabby Patty kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like something Mr. Krabs would have used. But some Krusty Krab pizza is the
Exactly
pizza
what I thought.
for you and me. So you'll notice here now, I can then do some other weird stuff. Like I can do this, I can do that, and just some really weird stuff that you might want to do. Just a weird lumpy thing there. But this kind of provides a lot more other opportunities whenever you want to have it where things are no longer uniform when they're being modified. And this also happens if we had sliced this in the other axis, this also would have been on that axis as well. So you could have made it kind of like a weird mound. But in this case, we kind of want it to look kind of like this. So if I select all of these, it won't do that. It'll actually modify it like it's normal. In this case, it gives us our little cool, cute little topic. All right. So now we have added a cool little top. And that's kind of all I really want to show y'all for these sections at least. I could show y'all a little bit more about the bevels, which can be very, very useful. But for now, we can actually just add in some extra little weird things into our little creation here. So,
Can you round the corners?
yeah, so I can round the corners. We can do a bevel. That's what a bevel is for rounding corners. I'm just adding in a little bit of,
Yeah, a little bit less boxy.
yeah, a little bit less boxy. But this here, that's just using the loop cut right now. What were you saying?
Just going SpongeBob.
Quoting
We'll never-
SpongeBob.
We'll never deny a guest even the most ridiculous request.
Ridiculous request. That's true. And now let's kind of make this a little bit bigger if y'all want to. We can easily just do another extrude here. Not bevel, I'm sorry, extrude.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are those lines going to appear on the final page of model if we were to print it, or are those?
No, those are specific to the program. That would never be on the actual model. If I saw that on a 3D model, I would cry.
Can you add a pattern?
Yep, what's going?
How do you, like, specifically select how many cuts you can have your cube at? Like, how would you go to the window to type in 20 for the amount of cuts?
Ah, that's a good question. My bad. So whenever I made my cut, so I did my loop cut here. Let's assume I'm just doing it. We'll do it again right here on this shape. So when it pops up, there should be a small section after you click or after you finish clicking that will show this small part here. If you click away, that'll go away. So you have to immediately after you do the slice cut, then you can go ahead and open up this option menu.
Oh, I see.
See what I'm saying now? Awesome. And this was also done using slice cuts. But I'm just kind of being inefficient, like, because you can make these a lot more precise as well as, what do you call it? Symmetrical along the axes as well. But that is outside of what I'm going to talk about right now because I want to talk about bevels. So, bevels. Bevels. Who doesn't love a bevel? Good old-fashioned bevel in their life. So,
Now this is a double-decker Krusty Krab.
yes, double-decker Krusty Krab. Well, actually, let's see what else we got here. What else do I want to teach you guys about? Well, I could show you about poly building, but that's really more akin to focusing on, sorry, I gotta select this from the edit mode. So if you're having problems selecting certain items, that's because whenever you actually go into edit mode, it starts editing the last item that you had selected. So if you want to do multiple, just don't have anything selected, You can directly go into edit mode or really use the last thing up selected, but all depends. You can directly go into edit mode here. And that allows you to have both of them available. Okay. Okay. Y'all have any requests for things to possibly go over in terms of like specific small features? Or y'all good? Or at least or y'all have like the basics of how to do certain things. If y'all have any questions, please tell me now. Or if I went too quickly, please tell me now. Because if I lost y'all in the sauce, hey, plus you can go back and watch this as well. Probably there's also way better tutorials than me. Man, yeah, yours looks like a freaking treasure chest for real. All you need to do now is like add a couple of like little sections in there for maybe some extra little, maybe some hinges. And if you want to add hinges, you can maybe go back to object mode, maybe add in.
How do you get it so you can actually open it? Is that an entirely separate process?
That would be a completely separate process. In my opinion, if you want to make functional things,
You'll need a bit of engineering.
oh no, not necessarily engineering. You can definitely do it in here. I would just say it would definitely be better to use something like Autodesk or Inventor Professional or something like that. Those things, those are a lot better for that. But I've seen a lot of people make a lot of cool functional things on here as well. Because as long as you have a lot of different proper references and you use proper planes, you can do about the same thing as Autodesk. It just takes a little bit more practice. Y'all have any like questions there on the chat or any ideas for things to go over? Because I didn't want to take up too much of y'all's time anyways. Well, I was originally going to show y'all how to make logos and stuff, but I thought I'd run out of time, which I did. Yep, went over that. Went over. Do I want to show you guys? Hello? I thought you were another person. Man, you disappoint me. I was about to get all happy and stuff.
Wow, alright, fine. You say that to the whole chat too, and everybody there.
They don't know who it is.
Kind of a mean thing to
You
say.
didn't. You ruined yourself when you started talking. Now they do know who it is.
Why? Why did I ruin myself?
Can we make this to make quality memes? Alexander S. Yes. I can already tell he's probably going to use this video. He's going to make fun of me so much.
No, not at all.
I mean, he's already taken my other video appreciating Dr. Stanescu for the school, and now he's like, you did a funny dance.
I've been waiting 5 years for your live stream.
You have been? Bruh.
6 years.
6 years?
Since February, I believe February 6, 2015, it has been waiting for you.
Bruh. You scaring me, man. I just met you, man. Stop it.
Don't worry, I understand the feeling.
Yeah, I know what it's like to wait years and years for something.
No, you hadn't.
Yeah, I only for the person who created that thing.
Okay, for Furious,
Yep.
can you reduce the size of that box, please? Make it not the double-decker Krusty Krab.
The double decker. Yes, we can do that.
It's a
So
little bit, tall.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's a chunky boy. It's a chunky boy. So if we want to modify, and I actually just add, and this is the reason why I was talking about not adding inside of the edit mode. This literally added that cylinder to that square there, if you notice here. So
I
that,
think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks terrible.
If you move it to the center, it will look kind of cool, given that's rounded version to it.
I mean, no,
No?
it's like shit. Krusty Krab pizza is the
Yeah, just
you and
that thing's fine. You just gotta that thing's fine. You just gotta decrease the height of the box.
Oh, you want decrease? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
More
box.
proportional.
Yeah,
just
the
use
box is
proportional.
a little bit. There you go.
There you go.
That's not gonna hold anything.
Whoa!
It's enough to hold a Krabby Patty.
Yeah, except
Okay.
SpongeBob, Patrick, and a bunch of Krabby Patties.
There you go. Now it's an actual treasure chest. Now it's not
There's
chunky.
programs already. You can use your-
Now it's like a nice, adorable treasure chest.
Yep.
Only you would want a treasure pet chest more short.
Well, let's do some bevels then. For anybody who's still on here, we're gonna do some
I
bevels.
wonder who.
What are you using for this?
What are you using there? Or are you just trying to do individual edits on your thing?
Oh, he was asking, so I'm not using the school computer, I'm streaming my desktop at home to here.
You fucking nerd playing.
I was sitting there and I saw him rotating. I saw
That's
my
pretty
screen
cool.
tear. I was like, oh, that computer's not liking that. He goes, well, it's my computer in my home. I'm like, oh.
That's cool. That's actually cool.
That's called being a Chad.
That's being a Chad. Yeah, that's being a Chad. He's just a Chad, y'all. We need to get on his level.
Shout out to Sean from PC1.
Shout out from Sean.
No, shout out to.
Oh, our boy Sean. All right, it's Sean's World. Is that a movie? Is that a show? I feel like it feels
You're
like it's a
talking about
show.
boys. If you're talking about Boy Meets World, there's a character named Sean on it.
There's a Sean from Boy Meets World. I mean, there's a lot of Seans on TV.
That is true. There's a lot of Sean's. There should be a Sean off. Sean, you should fight. You should fight for our school. You should be the only Sean left, and then we will.
I'm happy with my place in the world at the moment.
No, you're not. You're not. You have to fight. Fight for us, Sean.
I think we're good.
All right. So this is how you
The
add
only
bevels
thing
here.
I might have to buy about as long as they're in the CS department.
Just add a little bit of love to those bevels there. So when adding bevels, it's just per the edge. It's just selection of the edges that you want to bevel.
This one.
Then you can kind of modify that bevel once you've done it. And you can also control Z if you need to, you know. A little bit of something, a little bit of blue.
Ooh.
I don't know. Let's see, you can put in like 10 segments. Maybe like 5.
What does a million look like?
A million?
That's a little.
I feel like my computer's gonna die. I don't want my computer to die. We're not gonna like that.
A million is 6 zeros.
No.
Fine, try 100.
No.
50.
What about one? Bunch of ones.
How about 0?
Okay,
Alright.
0 segments.
So we got a bevel. Alright, I think that should cover everything I'm willing to cover within tonight. So yeah, now you guys should be able to create stuff. And if you guys want to, you can literally go on, continue doing this, you know, late at night or whenever on your own personal computers. Make whatever you want to and bring it, you know, to the workshop, and we'll probably try to workshop next week, and we will properly. What is there a limit? Girl, now you know there's a limit on that size. Now you know. Yes, there's a limit on the size. We're gonna.
There's no hard limit, but keep it to a general because we only have limited amounts of plastic.
It's not that we don't have a 3D printer the size of the room.
Though we will hopefully in the future. get more.
We're not promising.
I didn't
We're
say
not
promise.
promising SDS. We're not
said
promising a
possibly.
3D printer
I
the
didn't promise.
size of this room.
I said possibly,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
You know how expensive a 1 cubic meter 3D printer is?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm not saying it's expensive.
But probably around 2-3 inches, 2-3 inches max. Man, probably just 2 inches max.
I was about to say, like, again, 1 cubic inch is like 30 minutes with 20% infill.
Yeah.
And we only have.
We're only gonna do 10% infill. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna go with 2 or 1 inch actually 10%. 1 inch 10% infill. Yeah, just in case. That way, hopefully, we can have multiple people be able to print in the same day.
Exactly, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Because we only have our personal little printer, and our buddy here is bringing some more, or 1 more, and I'll probably bring mine too. So we'll have 3 printers.
How do we know how big the thing we're making is in monthly, or is that like separate?
We'll show you guys that in the step next week, because that's actually gonna be, that doesn't matter. You can make it,
Okay.
you can make it, you can have a giant ass thing and then try to make it small.
You could just, you could use the scale thing and scale it, and you have to.
So, literally make anything you want. That's a cute kitty. That's
That's not
too
a
long.
cat.
Where?
Oh,
That is Shakespeare.
is it meant to be a cat?
That is a,
I just kept moving it around.
Man, I was talking about
I'll
her
be honest
down
with you,
there.
watch me
I'm
on
not
the
talking
top.
about you.
Oh.
That's a frog?
Yeah, it's wrong.
Okay, cool.
But it can be both, I can make two.
You make two? Okay, cool,
and,
cool.
and
You lost
kind
the
of
curvy part, so I made it great.
At least you made it great.
the crate looks nice. It looks like a crate. You know, I can't argue with that.
Did you get stuck on the lid part?
I did. I'll just rewatch the YouTube video.
Awesome.
And there's other.
But there's other resources out there.
Yeah, there's definitely way better than me.
This is just trying to get you a basic introduction.
And to show you guys that we care about you, we love you, and we want you guys to be at our 3D printing workshop to make 3D print some cool stuff.
Yep. Then after that, we have a LAN party again.
Yeah, well,
No food, but just board games, Smash Bros, Jackbox Party Pack.
I'll probably get like one pizza.
One pizza.
No.
What pizza's worse than no food?
If you get one,
Well, let's have a battle royale for
I-
pizza.
I already told Alexander you got no food. So.
Yeah, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
That's gonna be in 12:11.
All right. Well then, people in the chat, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. It has been wonderful to be with you today. I love you all.
Paste the Discord link.
And we have a Discord. I forgot. I put the Discord link. Let me get the Discord link. That's about it, y'all. So yeah, you have a good one, man.
I'm assuming everyone here is a member of the Discord?
Yes.
Perfect. Yep. Everything we're doing is on the Discord because the campus system kind of sucks. They change it every 3 years and it gets worse and worse each time.
Discord will never change,
Theoretically.
theoretically. Actually, how do I get the Discord link? Let's see here.
Arrow,
Boop.
invite people.
See ya, Amelia.
Go to invite, and should be able to
Where's it at? Oh, copy.
copy. Should be able to copy paste
All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Just seeing
So
you.
I ran into a bit of an
Hope to
issue.
see y'all at 3D printing thing. It'll be a lot better.
Bruce, I ran into a bit of an issue. Can you come over here really quick?
Give me one second. Let me share this on the link.
Alright.
See? Ooh. It's gonna be like an infinite loop of weird. Here's our Discord link, y'all.
An infinite loop of furious.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Should I end the stream?
So,
Hey, you can start.
got my chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I scroll out,
Yeah, once.
Goodbye, everyone.
Wow. I see what you just did there. It sucks.
What? What did he do?